Is gangstalking just people experiencing schizophrenia? I have schizoaffective disorder and I experience this delusion quite often. Yes, but also it's a specific community of them reinforcing each other's delusion scary and sad. It's usually not a thing. But when I was still living with my dad, he was legitimately gang-stalked by his crazy ex-girlfriend and her family. It was completely horrible. We lived in fear and the cops didn't do shit. This was back when landlines were still normal. We would get like 50 harassing calls an hour and just stopped answering the phone. She would leave the answering machine messages threatening suicide. My dad would constantly get his tires slashed even if he parked away from home. We caught cars spying on us. I caught 3 people on camera trying to break into his truck one night. We chased them off, and then they called to harass us. The worst thing is that when we tried to explain this to other people, they thought we were the crazy ones and didn't believe us. That or some type of other psychotic delusion. Yeah, actual gangstalking is rare, usually involves a small number of people and doesn't persist for a long time. Often it's racist or homophobic bullying or an ex with his friends or something. People who report prolonged gangstalking with a large number of people involved are almost always schizophrenic. It's definitely some kind of paranoid delusion, but not necessarily schizophrenia. Some people who talk about gangstalking are also just normal people trying to get some attention, because they know they'll get comments telling them to grow up and it isn't real. There's a whole subreddit for it. Are gangstalking and it's just full of people with delusions. It often is. But remember that there is a flip side called campaign bullying where a small group of people make demands of their friends or coworkers to harass a specific individual. It is often seen in workplace bullying. I used to think that, but then someone mentioned that there could be a number of reasons for people follow in tracking a person, including reasons of fraud, disability, workers' comp collections from courts, private investigators hired by someone. It's a thing. So I don't automatically assume these people are schizophrenic because they may actually be being followed for something I don't know about. Not necessarily schizophrenia, but I imagine in most cases it's the person suffering from some sort of mental disorder that causes delusions and paranoid thinking. Yes, like 99.9% of the time it's a symptom of some kind of psychosis, paranoid, schizophrenia, something. That or terrorists being followed by an unusually incompetent federal team. Experiencing psychosis, yes, not necessarily schizophrenia. Like it's probably schizophrenia in a lot of these cases, but it could also be a number of other disorders. This guy accused me of stalking him. Said he sees me at the same time, every day, at the same location. Him showing up to work on time. In the absence of actually pissing off a gang member, yes. Yup, it's paranoid schizophrenia combined with a social media echo chamber that will reassure them that it's not schizophrenia, but is actually happening. Yes, it may be delusional, but not all delusions are schizophrenia. Just meth addicts. Well, when I Google gangstalking, it tells me it in and of itself is an illness.